Good morning, Hope Zvara here, and I'm here to take you through just a nice practice this morning. Hopefully to wake you up, or maybe if this is an after work thing for you, just to kind of work all the kinks out from sitting probably most of the day. So I just welcome you to your mat. You won't need any props today except for yourself and maybe a yoga mat. Let's begin. Step to the top of your mat and just step the feet to a comfortable hips distance. Bend your knees so then that way when the legs are locked, it's really difficult to allow the hips to hinge, especially if you're tighter. So inhale, bend your elbows, glide your hips forward, extend your arms up and back. Now exhale, shoot your hips back and fold forward, standing forward bend. I'm just going to widen my feet for the sake of my belly here. Exhale, lean forward, and notice that increased stretch in the backs of the legs without one, locking the legs, or two, lifting the heels. Inhale through the nose, really feel that space in the lower back. Exhale through the nose, relax your head completely. Nice deep breathing. Now bend your knees, pull up on your pelvic floor, so all those bathroom muscles. Roll yourself up. I'm feeling my core, believe it or not. Roll your hips forward, bend your elbows, and shoot your arms back. Inhale, nice extension, really working the abs here. Exhale, bend your knees, shoot your hips back, and roll yourself down. No flat back. Old school, it's not safe for yourself. Inhale deeply. Exhale, core is strong, roll yourself up. Extend, inhale, exhale, shoot your hips back, roll yourself down. Inhale, lean forward. Exhale. Inhale, and then exhale, roll yourself back down. Inhale, lean into your hands, bend your elbows, bring your weight forward onto your palms, step jump or walk back plank. I'm just going to scooch back here. Inhale through the nose. And exhale through the nose. Knees are always a good variation. Never think that you're lesser or not working as hard. Inhale, roll to the left palm, Vashisthasana, side plank. Now lift your hips to really work the obliques and try to get that bottom palm pressing firmly. Fold of the elbow rotates towards the middle finger. Inhale, if you're looking up, full rotation. Exhale, bend the top elbow, dive it to the floor. Inhale, push forward with your toes. Exhale, elbows in, down, slow chaturanga. I'm going to drop my knees. Inhale. Exhale, press back up. And now back into plank. Let's roll to the opposite side. Fold of the bottom elbow rotates. Open your chest. Reach through the top arm. Feel free to take a knee. Inhale, let's breathe and lift the hips. Bend the top elbow, shoot the arm to the floor. Inhale, press forward with your toes. Shoulders back, elbows in. Exhale, down slow. Inhale, hold it. Exhale, press back up. This time, lift through your hip hinge. Downward facing dog. So now same thing again. Try to get out of the habit of thinking straight legs and down dog is the best option. Stay long through your upper body and feel free to bend the knees. Inhale through the nose and exhale. Really lift through the front rib cage and lift through the core rather than letting it sink down. That's why we have the back problems and shoulder problems that we have. Inhale, now bend and extend your left leg to the sky. Keep the hips square rather than opening them up. Inhale high to the ball of the foot, pull the knee in. Now pull your body away from the floor as you transition, runner's lunge. Awesome, drop the back knee to the floor and curl the toes. Press through the top of the back foot. Roll yourself up, level your hips, which might be a little bit challenging if your hip flexors are tight. And bend and extend your arms to the sky. If you'd like, you can interlace. Inhale, imagine pulling your waist off your pelvis without dropping your abdomen forward. So keep some good core strength. Keep breathing, square it off. Exhale, hands to your heart. Drop the hands to the floor. Now roll the back toes under, lift the knee. Step forward, standing forward bend. Again, watch not to lock. Bend your knees, hands into the floor. I'm just going to scooch back again. Hands into the floor. Lift your hips, core is strong. Bend elbows. Jump back plank. Awesome. Inhale, roll to the left palm. Side plank. Step your top foot back. Lift through your hips. I'm just going to shift a little bit. Now, really big stretch in the groin. Keep lifting, keep pressing through the bottom arm. Now, take your top arm, drop it across your face, and roll it open, really trying to honor that shoulder joint. Now, breathe and reach from straight leg to straight arm. Exhale, roll into plank. Inhale, push forward with your toes. Exhale, down slow. Hold and inhale. Exhale, press back up. Move back into plank. Again, I don't want to come off camera for you guys. Let's roll to the opposite side. Stack your body. When you're ready, step the top foot back. Use your top leg. So I'm using glutes quad to help me lift. Big opening. Keep the bottom leg extending. Top arm brushes across the face. Breathe. Exhale, roll down, plank. Inhale, push forward, down slow, hold it. Drop it if you need to. Come back up. I'd rather have you come up in a nice long line. Lift through your core and hips. Float back rather than push back. Downward facing dog. Full breathing. Again, nothing is locked. Everything is fluid. Inhale, bend and extend your right leg. Reach through the heel and square through the hip, which you're going to feel more work in that bottom hamstring. Inhale high to the ball of the foot. Now tuck the knee. Pull up through a rounded plank. Lift your right palm if you need to. Runner's lunge, drop the back knee. Now press through the top of the back foot. Roll yourself up, and let's just start out by leveling the hips. So you're feeling then a little bit of work through the hamstring and the glute on that front leg. When the hips are uneven due to tightness, we lose that experience. Feel free to keep one hand down and just keep that hip rolling where it belongs. Just because our body goes there doesn't mean it should go there. Keep breathing. Draw your whole trunk long. Exhale, hands to heart, hands to the floor. Roll the back toes under, lift the knee. Step up, standing forward, bend. Bend your knees, step back with the right foot turned towards me into a straddle, feet parallel. Now as you come into straddle, no flaring the sit bones. Hug the backs of the legs, firm your thigh muscles, and fold to bring some leg integrity in. Arms come behind, grab a strap if you need to. Chest expander. So I need a strap if my hand stays stuck on my hips. Give yourself a little bit of versatility here and open. So I'm going to stay here, or hands come to the floor. I'm just going to shift back a little bit. Let's come into a tripod or tripod headstand. Head plants up at the top of the mat. Hands plant down. You should always be able to see your fingertips. If you need to, pad your head. I'm on carpet today. So I can see my thumbs. Either one, I'm going to bend my knees and drop my knees to my triceps, or two, use a little core power. Come to my tippy toes and lift the legs. Five more breaths. Slowly try to come back the way you came, the best that you can. Takes a little practice. Bend your knees, lift your head slowly, and just roll out the neck.
And then inhale, lift your shoulders up halfway, hip height, no locking the knees. Keep the thighs firm, feet planted. Exhale, side lunge to the right. As I side lunge to the right, press through the outer edge of the left foot without rolling the ankle. Thigh is firm, sit back into your heels. Now reach with your left arm to create even more length as you sit back into your hips and heel. If you want to, slide that shoulder under and create even more length. Inhale, come through center. Exhale, if you're really pliable, really work on keeping strength in the legs. Bend now the opposite knee. Yes, I'm pressing through the outer edge of that right foot, but I'm not rolling in the ankle. Thigh is firm. Use your shoulder. Open up the hip passage. Inhale, I can stay here. I can reach my right arm, or I can even tuck my shoulder. And then inhale, come back to center. Bend your knees, jump into tiptoe balance. So balls of the feet, lift your heels, honor your feet. We all have different stuff going on. Find a focal point forward of where you are. If you look straight down, you're going to go straight down. Hands to prayer. Now press your palms and widen your elbows. Lift your lungs. Breathe. We're in shoes all day. And right now it's our short Wisconsin summer, so we're in sandals, but they're not always the best for our feet. Exhale, lower your hands, sit back, heel squat. I'm going to widen my legs because I need room a little bit. Now sit back into your heels without letting the heels actually touch the floor. So there's this nice little hang off, almost like you're on a ledge, so we can get a really good Achilles stretch, which is the lower portion of the ankle and calf. Nice arch stretch, so if you have plantar fasciitis. Now reach forward and round your body. Inhale, lengthen your legs. Exhale, forward fold. Again, no flaring the sit bones. Bend your knees, cross your ankles, and come to a seated position. Great job. Inhale, sitting nice and tall. Let's work with some torso rolling. My hands act as levers on my knees. I'm moving my torso to the right, exaggerating that press into the left. Roll and dive the shoulder. Inhale, come up and over to the opposite side. Just 5 times each way. Keep your hips grounded. Let's go for some waistline length. Hopefully you're a little warmed up. One more. If your equilibrium is a little off, it's easy to get dizzy, so slow down. Use your breath fully. Soft neck. Last one. Awesome. Inhale, come to seated bound angle. Pretty typical. Bottoms of the feet together. Rule of thumb, 1, we want to feel no pain in the knees. And 2, if our knees are like elbow rests, or 2, our hips are so tight, just press those heels forward. If you've watched my videos before, you probably hear me say that all the time. Inhale, lengthen. Now as you come forward, no dumping the pelvis. So as you hinge, actually try to keep your sit bones grounded and your deep core muscles nice and strong. So when you come forward, you're not giving in to the tight areas and just keeping the overstretched areas stretched. So try to keep what would almost feel like a posterior tilt, tipping back in the pelvis. Inhale, roll yourself back up. Nice job. Bring the knees together. And now turn yourself to face the side. Roll your body back, bring your knees into your chest, give yourself a nice hug, and then situate your legs so that your feet are on the floor, your head is comfortable, and you're in neutral. So pubis bone, hip bones run parallel with the ceiling. I have a little space between the floor and my back, depending on my natural curve. I'm going to keep that, which can be difficult for many of us because our awareness is just not there as far as what it feels like to have that space. But I really want to encourage you to use your back muscles. They're a part of your core. They are. They're supporting your spine. Anything we do as far as the core goes, we always want to look at spinal integrity. So keeping that neutral, pelvic floor is engaged. Lift your legs to a tabletop. Now flex the feet, relax the shoulders. If I'm losing that pelvic floor engagement, anal sphincter, perineum, urethra, so all those bathroom areas, I'm losing that inner strength, which I'm going to end up using my hip flexors. So if you're really feeling a lot of hip flexor flaring, I want you just to back off, not as many reps, and really make sure you're focusing on the internal muscles of the core, not just those ones that we default to because we're doing core work. All right, open your arms, palms face up, and now draw your legs to a tabletop, nice broad back. Inhale, glue your legs together. They've been super glued. Exhale, contract the pelvic floor, so I'm literally feeling the bottom of my body contract right now. Inhale, go halfway to the right. Now exhale, I'm using my natural waistline and I'm using my pelvic floor to draw me back, so I'm not feeling my shoulders jerk off the floor. Inhale, go halfway to the opposite side, and then exhale back to center. So a true use of our core. I'm just going to shift slightly so I have a little bit more room on my left side. Inhale, tip. Sorry if I'm coming off camera. Exhale, come to center. Inhale, breathe into your lungs. So when you twist, breathe up here in your rib cage. And then exhale, contract. Use your obliques, use your transversus, which is your deepest core muscle, and absolutely contract on that pelvic floor. Inhale, soft shoulders. So a good gauge is if when you have to come back, your whole upper body buckles off the floor, you're in the wrong muscles. So the key when we think about core work is just because I can perform it doesn't mean I'm using the right muscles, which means doesn't mean I'm going to get the right results. Exhale, come back to center. I want to try 2 more on each side. Inhale, tip. Exhale, contract. Keep thinking internal. Inhale, tip. Exhale, contract. One more. This is also a really great lower spinal warm-up. So if you have a really tight lower back, good movement to work with. Inhale, tip. And exhale back. Now take a moment. Do you have a weaker side or a tighter side? Let's go back to that and do that 5 more times. I'm going to go to the left. Inhale and exhale. Think about it. Inhale and exhale. So about 45 degrees. My couch is about as far as I'm going to go. Inhale and exhale. Let's not get sloppy. Inhale. Once you start fatiguing, your body starts using the wrong muscles, you're done. Okay, that's your limit. Last one, inhale. You will get stronger using the right muscles than just trying to do the movement. Now knees into the chest. I'm going to move over again. Let's move into happy baby. Soles of the feet to the sky. Grab hold of your ankles, inner edge or outer edge of the foot. Now, as you push your thighs to the sky, what you might notice that is happening is the pelvis is turning up. So as you push your thighs to the sky, I want you to think about uncurling your tailbone onto the floor. So exhale, press your sacrum down, which is going to create a much truer stretch in that hamstring. Inhale through the nose. Exhale. If working with one leg at a time is more appropriate, then go for it. Now exhale. Bottoms of the feet together. Now as you bring the bottoms of the feet together, I'm going to latch my fingertips just to hold on to the feet and draw my toes towards my chest. Relax your shoulders way back. Breathe. And then slowly release the legs down, bound angle. Now let the lower back excessively arch. I'm going to exaggerate the curve of my spine. Open my ribs, bend the elbows, and extend the arms overhead. Really get some length here. 5 good breaths. Let yourself be patient and really focus on inflating the front walls of the body. If your knees are tight, due to tight hips, then prop your legs with blocks or bolsters or blankets. At some point, we have to start looking at our body and asking why. Just because the movement is the movement doesn't mean it's a good movement for our body. So we have to feel more and integrate feeling into thinking. Inhale and exhale. Bend your elbows, slide your arms down to your sides, use your hands for help, guide the legs together, and now slowly extend the legs out for a little Shavasana here. Arms at your sides, broaden your back, let your legs drop open, soften your upper back as you close your eyes. We'll take a few rounds of breath. Really come into this moment. Offer yourself gratitude for your mat. Knees into the chest. Wake up that lower back again. Turn yourself to your side. Use your top hand for help so you don't strain your neck. Slowly come up. I probably have awesome hair. Bring your hands to your heart. Inhale, let's take 3 deep breaths. All right, it's up through the fingertips. Exhale, bring all that you need into your heart center. Really focus on breathing here. Inhale. Exhale. Last time, inhale. And exhale. Remember that a little goes a long way. And just because you're not having a formal practice for an hour long doesn't mean that you're not a yogi and that you're not practicing yoga. It's really about how we honor our body and how we move on the mat, sometimes more than the length of time and even the poses that we're performing. From my heart to yours, from my soul to yours, have a great day. Don't forget to check out my website at hopezvara.com or send me an email, info@hopezvara.com. I'd love to hear from you. Namaste.